Hello and welcome to Riverside Children's Church. It's great to be able to worship together again this morning. Over the last couple of weeks we've had some really great services where we've been able to worship all together as one big church family. And this week it's great to be able to be in our groups, whether we are here at Riverside House or whether we are in our community groups, small groups, at home, however we're doing church today. It's great that we can celebrate Jesus together as we continue on our Jesus series, thinking about who he is and what it means to believe in him today. But first of all, I'm Melody, and it'd be great to get to know each other a little bit better, especially if you're in a group. Maybe you can do some introductions, let each other know what your names are, but also an interesting fact for today being what is your favourite animal sound? Okay, so have a little think while you're thinking. I will see, is there anyone in the room? I've got a couple of people in the room. Yes, John, what's your favourite animal sound? Just do it rather than say. Any guesses? What was that? Was it a monkey? Great monkey. Any other favourite animal sounds? Okay, I only know what that was from the action that he did. That was Alex. And I'm not quite sure. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't know what that was. But he's doing a kind of trunk action at the same time, so I'm guessing it's an elephant. Yeah. Yeah. Emily, do you have a favourite animal noise? Screaming. I think maybe it was a howl. Was it a howl? Either of a dog or a wolf. Anyway, I'm sure you are way better at animal noises than we are. So why don't you go around in your group, say your name and do your animal noise and see if anyone else can guess it. Well, I hope you had loads of fun finding out each other's favourite animal noises. People in the room have realised that I didn't say my favourite animal noise. So before we go on to the game, this is mine. See if you can guess what it is.
That's Melody.
John thinks that's rubbish, but I'm sure you will enjoy that wherever you are. And we're going to continue thinking about sounds and noises, and we're going to have a little game now of Chinese whispers. So the group leader might want to say a particular word or phrase, something maybe to do with the Bible passage today, and say that into the ear of a person on their right. Sit in a big circle so that passage or phrase can get passed around every person, whispering one to each other, and see by the time it gets around to that same person whether it was the same thing that you said originally. So you can have a little go at that first of all, and then there's another level. Once you've done that maybe a couple of times, you can have a go at sending a passage round by or a picture even, or a word, by writing it or drawing it on each other's backs. So it works in the same way, so the leader can do it to the first person, and then they can pass it all the way around the circle and see whether it's the same thing written on the back by the end. So you can have a few little goes of that before we come back together for our Bible story for today. If you have got the beginner's Bible, grab that Bible right now. Maybe you might have it in a group or at home, and we're looking at A Captain's Faith on page 324. And whenever you hear the name Jesus or the word Jesus in this story, we need you to shout out, healer! So you can, let's have a little practice. So whenever I say Jesus, you say
Healer!
Ooh, healer, great. Okay, so listen up carefully because it may be said quite a few times. Jesus,
Healer!
came down the mountain to a nearby city. Crowds of people gathered to see him. An army captain said, "Lord Jesus,
Healer!
my servant is very sick. Please, will you help him?" Jesus said,
Healer!
"I will go to your house and heal him." The captain replied, "You do not need to go to my house. Just say the word and my servant will be healed." Jesus
Healer!
was amazed. "I've not found anyone whose faith is so strong," he said. Then Jesus said to the captain,
Healer!
"Go, your servant is healed." The captain ran home. He was happy to see his servant well again. Woohoo! Healer! That is great. What an amazing story of faith. Now, we're going to have a moment to pause again. Maybe you might want to have a little look through the story and the pictures yourselves. And maybe a couple of questions to think about and talk about in your groups is, what does it mean to have faith? What does faith mean? And right at the end, Jesus said, "I've not found anyone whose faith is so strong." I wonder what you think that means. So have a moment to think about those couple of questions right now. It's such an amazing story of faith, isn't it? And I think today it's really difficult to maybe think about faith in the same way, where we can't run up to Jesus ourselves and say, "Please heal this person." But it's great that we still can bring those who are close to us, our friends, our family, those around the whole world to God in prayer and still have that same powerful effect. So we're going to make some paper people to help us think about people that we might want to pray for today, maybe people who we know who are sick that we want to bring to God in prayer. And it's really nice actually. Alex pointed out that there are hearts in between the people, and it's just great to be able to share God's love with those around us, and this can just be a really helpful way to have that tangible that we can touch in front of us, write it down and maybe take it home with us to remind us to pray for those people this week. So if you don't know how to make paper people, that's fine. All you need to do is grab a piece of paper and fold it backwards. Fold one little bit over and over again, if that makes sense. So it's like a little fan. Backwards and forwards into four. And then draw a little person. As you see, mine is really simple. So the arms need to be touching the sides. Head at the top, obviously, arms touching the sides, and legs touching the bottom as well. So that's really important. So then you can cut just around there and in between the spaces in the arms and the legs and around the shoulders and head. But do not cut this bit here where the folds are, or this bit here at the bottom where the legs are. So that's all you need to do, and then the arms and the legs will stay connected like that, so that you have your little chain of 4 people that you can pray for. You can even do them back to back, so you can have 8 people if you want to. You can draw them or you can write on them, so that you can have that as a reminder to take away. So you have some time right now that you can do that in your groups, and maybe take some time as well to pray for those people in your lives that may be unwell, or there might be particular circumstances that you want to bring to God for those people around you. It's been great to be able to worship together this morning, to read the Bible and pray together, and maybe this week you might want to think some more about that, about what faith means, what it means to trust in God, what it means to trust in God to answer your prayers for those people around you, and even you might be able to be part of that answer to your own prayers this week. Maybe you could try and show and spread that love that's in between those people this week. So it's been great to be together even though we're kind of separate, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye.